Welcome to the Concierge Business Circle podcast, where we talk about scaling smarter, leading stronger, and creating the freedom you started your business for. I'm Candice Burris. Let's dive in. So I recently found myself working with a vendor where the experience just wasn't right. As a matter of fact, it was starting to get pretty terrible. The communication was off, execution definitely wasn't aligned, and it felt really heavy. But I stayed for longer than I should have. Why? Because I told myself, well, I'm already in this, I don't have time to start over, and I need to make this work. And that's the trap. We convince ourselves that because we've invested time or energy, we no longer have options. But that's not reality. That's pressure talking. And at some point, I had to pause and ask myself, do I actually have to stay in this? And of course, the answer was no. I had choice. I had options, but I wasn't acting like it. And the real shift wasn't finding a new vendor. It was trusting myself. Trusting that I could pivot. Trusting that I could adapt. Trusting that I could still meet my timeline even if I changed direction. Because once you trust yourself, decisions get a lot clearer. The moment that I made the decision to let that vendor go, something interesting happened. A new option showed up, one that felt more aligned, one that felt much, much lighter, and one that, so far, has been a much better fit. Now, time will tell, but that's not the point. The point is this. The option didn't appear until I made the decision. Business owners do this all the time. You stay with vendors that aren't working, processes that don't make sense, clients that drain you, and strategies that no longer fit. Because you tell yourself, I don't have time to change this, and I certainly don't have energy to find something new. I'll just make it work. But what you're really saying is, I don't trust myself to pivot, and that's the real issue. Not time, not energy, self-trust. Because when you trust yourself, something shifts. You stop clinging to decisions that aren't working. You stop forcing alignment where it doesn't exist. And you start making decisions from a place of confidence instead of fear. And here's the part most people don't expect. The options really do start to show up. Not magically, but because you're finally open to them. So here's the action items of what I want you to think about. Where in your business are you acting like you don't have a choice? Where are you staying in something that isn't working simply because it feels easier than changing it? And what would it look like to trust yourself enough to pivot? Because I'm telling you, you always have a choice, even when you feel trapped. And the moment you start acting like you have choice, your business and your leadership change. Because freedom isn't just about systems and structure. It's about trusting yourself to make the right move, even under pressure. So ask yourself today, what do I need to let go of? What do I need to change? Until next time, keep building your freedom. Thanks for tuning in to the Concierge Business Circle podcast. If today's episode gave you clarity or inspired action, share it with another business owner who's ready to step into their CEO role. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until next time, keep building your freedom.